Hey everybody, so today I'm going to talk about relationships. I know I have a video about relationships that I did with Jamie a while back, but this one goes more in depth. I kind of want to talk about what 3 factors it takes to be in a healthy and successful relationship. So let's just get into it. First thing, big one, I feel communication is key, especially when it comes to issues you're having. Always tell your partner, you should feel comfortable enough to tell them, this is what I'm feeling, and you should be able to work it out. Paul and I have maybe only had like 4 or 5 fights in our year and 5 months of dating. Like actual fights, where either I'm crying or we're yelling at each other or whatever. And those fights are always fixed same day because we let it out. We let each other know this is what's wrong. And you have to learn to not accuse the other person. You have to learn to say things in a way like, I feel, this makes me feel, you have to make it so you're not accusing that person so the other person doesn't get defensive. And I'm very bad at that. I'm always like not accusing, but like I don't word things the right way. So I've learned to do that. And since then it's been better, when we do actually have fights. A lot of the times, though, because we're both so hard-headed, we'll just keep fighting, and we can't hear each other because we're both interrupting each other. So I've learned to stop myself and just listen to what he has to say, and then that way I get to hear him, and then he hears me, and then it's all fixed. It's better. So communication, huge thing. I feel like I have a hard time with that sometimes because my last relationship, I wasn't really allowed to do that. The times that I did, it was traumatic because it was like, well, you this and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, okay, like whatever. I was afraid. I was afraid to say how I felt because I didn't want to fight. And I've learned it in my time being single. I was single for like about a year before I met Paul. I realized I don't want to be like that. I want to be able to say how I feel. So I learned. And we get along just fine. We bicker, but like every couple bickers, like it could be over something like, what kind of jelly we're going to use and why are you getting this brand? It's like little things, it's normal, it's natural, and we usually tease each other about it later. The other thing, I'm like out of breath. My baby is in my lungs. I feel like the other thing that's really important is trust. And it's hard when you have someone who's always gone, like Paul travels for work, but he was very upfront about that when we first started dating, and so I knew what I was getting myself into. And honestly, just given my background, because of the last relationship I was in, I was like, this isn't going to work. Like, I give it a month, we're not going to last because I'm going to freak out because he's always gone and I'm going to think he's cheating. But you just have to, it takes time. You have to prove to each other, you can trust me, this isn't going to happen. And it maybe took me like a month and a half before I was like, okay, he's not going anywhere, this is all good. And I've also learned to think, if a guy is going to cheat on me, that's his loss, not mine. And so that really helped me too. And I don't know, like I've never even felt like he's never given me a reason to not trust him. And so it's never been an issue, to be honest. And same thing goes for him. He was unsure about me for a little bit too because his last relationship, his ex was like psychotic and blew up his phone every time he was gone and was always like, you're cheating, and when she was the one cheating on him and like all sorts of crazy crap. And I don't know, and I guess at like the end of the relationship when he broke up with her, she decided to say she was pregnant. Like, she's just nuts. And so, I mean, I don't think Paul was perfect in that relationship, but I can see where he would be weirded out, trying to make sure that, like, I'm going to be stable. And he likes it. He likes that he knows that I'm home waiting for him. And, I don't blow up his phone. I don't accuse him of anything because I don't think he's doing anything. And we both, he knows the password to my phone. I leave my phone with him all the time. I don't care. He leaves his phone with me all the time. He's done his password like directly in front of me several times. I just don't remember it. So I'm always like, can you unlock your phone for me? Like if I want to play a game on his phone or whatever, like it's no big deal. Like we totally trust each other and there's nothing, like neither of us have anything to hide. So that's a really good thing. Also honesty, which kind of ties in with the trust and communication. We're both very open and honest with each other, like even about things with our past. Like there's things that I've told him that I've never told anybody. Um, and he's done the same, like where he's told me things and stuff like that. And I appreciate that. Like I like knowing everything. And he told me, I want to tell you this because I'm going to marry you and you should know this about me and blah, blah, blah. And I appreciate that. I love that he's like totally willing to just lay it all on the line. And we've done that since the beginning. Like we were both very much aware of our like each other's backgrounds and current situations and all that. So it's really good to have that with somebody and know that, okay, you know, this is what he comes from, this is what I come from, and we can deal with it and we can work with it. I feel like those three things, communication, trust, and honesty, are like the biggest things in a relationship, because those are a lot of like things that people fight about. Also, couples fight about money, which Paul and I do fight about money. Not like really fight, we just bicker about it. But yeah, I just feel like if you've got those things and they're down, and you know, I just feel like you can't truly be in love with someone if you don't trust them, because you're giving them your heart. So, you know, in my last relationship, I thought I was in love. I really did. And I didn't trust him. I didn't trust him at all. And we fought all the time. It was a horrible relationship. So I just think I always find it funny when girls are like, oh, I'm so in love with this person. But then, like, they're always accusing them of cheating. And they're always, like, digging through their stuff. And it's like, you sure? You know, are you sure you love this person? Because you don't trust them very much. I also think it's very important to be single for a little bit between relationships, because then you really figure out who you are and you mature a little bit. And you know, some people are ready for relationships, and that's when those people are the ones that end up finding the people that they're meant to be with, because they know how to handle it in a mature way and they know what they want for themselves. So anyway, you guys, I hope that was insightful in some way, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.